Jazz stars out here. Obviously, we were anticipating the #5 overall pick, Ace Bailey, to come out here and play. However, he is dealing with some right hip soreness, and also Walter Clayton Jr. He is out with a left hamstring soreness, so nothing to be concerned about at all. Summer League head coach Chris Jones told me the decision was made by being mindful of their workload. I checked in with the medical staff, and both are listed day-to-day, so there's still a possibility we will see them for the remainder of Summer League, and the Jazz will continue to check in with the medical staff to determine their availability moving forward. And as for Jaden Springer, he also didn't suit up versus Golden State Warriors. That was the last matchup that we saw the Jazz, but I'm told he's been participating in veteran workouts, you guys.
Now, to that point, we did see Ace Bailey in the Utah Summer League 2 games. Brennan, that second game, he did seem impactful and looked like the player that was selected 5th overall.
Yeah, in that game, he was able to score the basketball, and that's really what he does. That's his calling card. This Ace Bailey is a walking bucket. Obviously, we're not going to get a chance to see that today. But the Utah Jazz fan base should be very, very happy. They got a very special player. This young man is going to be able to score the ball at an elite level for a very long time.
All right, here we go. The opening tip. Here are your starting lineups. Cody Williams, the 10th overall pick in the 2024 draft, is #5 for the Utah Jazz. Isaiah Collier, also a first-round pick last year. And Kyle Filipowski for the Jazz, as we promised, is that second-round pick. Controlling the tip is Dylan Harper, the 2nd overall pick from this year's draft. And they look to reset. Side out of bounds for the San Antonio Spurs. So Harper was on a minutes restriction in his first game on Saturday. We'll see how many minutes he plays today. Harper off the opening tip, give, go, good flow.
And that's offensive play design, great offensive play design right there, right off the jump. Harper gives it up, gets it back, but that play was all designed to get the defense looking at the strong side, and then Harper was able to cut on the weak side.
Filipowski, first shot of the game for the Jazz, bottoms.
Well, I like the opening plays from both teams. Little flare screen right there to get Filipowski open.
Carter Bryant again, defensive demon, like you said, showing some offense, misses that one. And Hartless on the glass.
And a guy like Carter Bryant, anything he gives you offensively is a bonus, because he's out here basically for what he does from a defensive standpoint. Does a great job of tracking the ball. You see a nice corner three-pointer right there. We're going to get a quick timeout.
John Tonje hits the 3, and we have a timeout less than a minute into the game. The Utah Jazz with a 4-point lead.
$5 duo at BK, step up.
Is the 30-year-old coach of the Summer League team for the San Antonio Spurs, a la Greg Popovich.
Hey, Pop will be very proud. Greg Popovich would call some of the quickest timeouts that you've ever seen. If he saw something that he didn't like, it was nothing for him to call a timeout one possession to a ball game to wake his team up and get their attention.
Well, as soon as the Spurs gave up a corner three, they went to the timeout just 57 seconds into the game. Harper showing off those handles, finding Bryant in the corner. And it's an offensive foul.
Must have been on the flare screen. I didn't see what happened. Or was that out of bounds? Yeah, Bryant was out of bounds. And we see that a lot of times in the summer league. And in the regular season as well. Guys get in that short corner and they just lose track of their footing. There's not a lot of space over there. Step right out of bounds.
Cody Williams to the hole, and it is denied up top. Great defense by Diallo.
That's big-time defense by Diallo right there.
Ibrahim Diallo, big feet, getting over.
Williams thought he had an easy one. Diallo said not so fast. And that's how you protect the big. I mean, that's how you protect the basket if you're big.
Filipowski, 2 for 2 from long range, we told you. He's averaging 26 points per game in the Las Vegas Summer League. He's off to 6 quick points.
For Diallo, if you don't know, now you know. That's the second three he's given up. You got to get into Filipowski's space. Can't let him get that shot off. Got to force him to drive.
Minnick put it up, and it's off the glass. Bryant crashing the glass.
Like I said, that's what Brian does. He brings you the intangibles. Offensive rebounds, defense, hustle plays.
Diallo, the third chance opportunity. Jazz going the other way. Collier inside, and it is blocked by Diallo, but it looks like a foul on the way up.
Let's see Collier right here. Sees Bryant coming, makes the extra pass. A little bit of a foul right there as Diallo gets a little bit of the ball, but some arm as well.
So Diallo, who committed the foul there, Brendan, he started 5 Summer League games, but he typically plays about 10, 12 minutes when he starts.
Again, right accordingly, he's 7 out of the game.
So 2 minutes in, and he gets a seat on the bench. Checking in, Asai Osifu.
That's interesting. You don't normally see somebody in Summer League that starts and then plays that few minutes. Normally when you're a starter in Summer League, if you start in multiple games, you're in the Summer League heavy rotation.
That's what I brought it up, Brendan. That's why he's sitting down already.
I know that's why
so
you brought
quick.
it up. I'm just saying it's a little bit interesting.
It's very interesting. 11-2.
I don't have no answers for you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that's the case.
Harper looking inside. That's an errant pass. It looks like he was looking for a Sifu. Filipowski handling the pressure. Center bringing the ball up the floor.
You see Sifu getting right into Filipowski's space. That's what you have to do. You can't let Filipowski get comfortable.
Harper for 3, offline. Filipowski to Williams. Filipowski, why not? 3 for 3, red hot.
And the big fella, we talked about it before the game, 30+ in his last game, and he continues to stay hot right now. 3 for 3 from the three-point line.
Remember, the Spurs scored the first basket of the game. Since then, it's been all Jazz, 14 straight points. Harper off.
Y'all got numbers if they want to run.
And they are. Harkless to Collier. Collier way short.
And that's the part of his game he has to work on, whether it's in Summer League or in the offseason. Collier is an incredible driver of the basketball. The jump shot is a little bit shaky. If he improves that, he could be a big-time player in this league.
Harper and Williams on the perimeter. Late in the shot clock, the pressure is there. Ingram inside to Osifu.
Great
nice
pass
bucket.
by Ingram. Great pass by Ingram. Where do you go to school?
You're going to say UNC.
You know he would be UNC.
Then why are you wearing a Duke colored shirt?
It's just the one that they gave me. I'm a company man.
Filipowski
For the next couple days.
3 for 3 from long range. Harkless driving, and he's denied. Ingram going the other way. Spurs looking to get it going. Carter Bryant up top. The rookie, known for his defense, playing above the rim. Collier going the other way. In the corner, Harkless. No.
Right now, both teams getting up and down. I like the pace of this game.
Ingram off the glass. And Williams also has numbers in transition. Can he take advantage? And he does, and one. So Williams comes up a little lame there afterwards. But watch the offense by the Jazz. Filipowski from outside.
Filipowski can shoot that jumper. Now, shot 35% from 3 in the regular season. We see Ingram right here with the no-look lob, and Brian knows how to throw it down.
And then Cody Williams, younger brother of new champion Jalen Williams.
More importantly,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
New money, Jalen Williams. And when I say he got his own money,
He's got his own money.
woo. Jalen Williams, big bro, got a lot of M's.
Now, Cody Williams struggled his rookie season. Numbers, 21 minutes a game, but 32% from the field, 25% from long range. In Summer League, he's got it going. Had 19 the last time out, averaging just a shade under 22 his Summer League game. So good to see him finding his rhythm as he goes into year 2. Jones Garcia, a brick. Filipowski again on the glass. Collier, Filipowski, high screen and roll. Looking inside. Jazz will maintain possession. Filipowski with the height advantage. He's been red hot from the start. Going baseline, and a foul on Jones Garcia.
They're going to be on the ground, or is it going to be shooting?
Looks like they're lining it up. And so for Kyle Filipowski, this is a guy that, when we looked into the draft, he went to the early part of the second round. You're like, this is a first-round talent. You see tonight he's displaying.
Well, he has everything you want from a big man in the game of basketball on the offensive end. He's able to score on the low block. He has good footwork. He can handle the ball a little bit. He's proven in this game that he can shoot the 3 as he's 3 for 3 from beyond the 3-point line. So he has an incredible skill set. And like I said, he averaged 10 points as a rookie and shot 50% from the field. So that's a pretty solid rookie year.
Well, you want to hear an outstanding game he had against Portland in January. 30 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists. Only other Jazz rookie to ever log a 13-15 game, Karl Malone.
And that's, anytime you get mentioned with that guy, that's pretty good. Pretty good. But I tell you what, watching him at Duke, I was actually surprised he was in the second round. I thought he was going to be, you know, a late lottery mid-first round pick at the worst.
So the Spurs will maintain possession. Jazz up 18-6. Filipowski outscoring the Spurs by himself. He's got 11. The Spurs got 6 on the board. We should note Dylan Harper once again taking an early seat. Remember, he struggled with that groin injury. The second pick in the draft was on a minutes restriction Saturday. Looks like he has the same rotation. Osifu, too hot to handle. Collier going the other way.
Control the hole.
They call him Ghostbusters, and McGriff looking to be in control, but he's not there. Little Bobby Brown, circa 87, 88 for you there, Brendan.
Yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong with little Bobby B.
Jones Garcia working on Harkless, and he's grabbed on his left wrist.
If you're Harkless, there's no need for it right there. Jones Garcia, a little bit out of control. Also had a strong side defender over there as well. Let him dribble into that crowd and see if he can make a play. Don't bail him out and put him at the free throw line.
Well, this is certainly an unpredictable start for Game 3 in Summer League because the Jazz came into this one 0-2, and it's the Spurs that came in 2-0. Ace Bailey sitting this one out, and you think, oh, okay, this is one that San Antonio should have the advantage as they're looking to get to the semifinals, but so far, it's been the Jazz with the advantage.
Well, I'm surprised that the Jazz came into this game 0-2. When you look, they have so many guys that got minutes last year. Collier got real minutes last year. You know, Filipowski, we talked about it, he got real minutes in the NBA last year. When you have 2 guys in Summer League that actually have played real NBA action, that should give you an advantage. So I was actually surprised at their record.
Collier inside. And that one is headed back the other way. So McGriff couldn't handle that one from Collier. The Spurs in need of some sort of flow to their offense. After scoring the first bucket, they've been outscored 18-6 here in the first quarter. The pass in the corner, in and out. Filipowski again, pulling it in. Collier, bounce pass to Filipowski. High pass in the corner, it's handled. Filipowski, his first miss.
That one, even though he misses, that one was right on line.
Agbo and Collier muscling up near half court. Jones Garcia kicks it in the quarter to Menges. And that's his specialty, can't connect. Collier, shifty, changing directions, creating offense. Harkless connecting in that dangerous corner. And we got to point to Isaiah Collier with the assist there. You know, he broke John Stockton's team rookie record for assists.
Yeah, but what he does, what he did right there is what he does at an elite level. Get downhill. You see how big and strong, how powerfully built he is. Collier, one of those guys that just gets downhill and creates a problem in the paint all the time. He's always looking to drive that ball and be aggressive.
The football moves by Collier and the fadeaway.
I said these are the small nuances he has to work on. That, like he was trying to get to his bump fade right there. It didn't look smooth, but those, as we see a 4-point play possibly on the way. Filipowski fouling the 3-point shooter in the corner.
Dennis, and I said that the Spurs need to get some offense going. The 3 and the free. San Antonio down by 10 late in the first quarter.
Burger King, you're the celebrity, so you rule the menu.
From the great beyond. Incredible stroke. Like I said earlier, shot 35% from 3, and that's big time for a big man as a rookie to come in and shoot that type of number in his first year in the NBA.
So at the charity stripe, Dexter Dennis converts to 4-point play. And that's a third of the Spurs points here in the quarter. So a much-needed basket and a much-needed free throw.
Getting back to Filipowski, I really like this thing. I think he can be a guy that, you know, averages anywhere between 13, 14, even 15 points a game in this league just because the offensive skill set is so unique for a guy his size.
McGriff puts it up, way short.
Now that play right there, I know McGriff wants to get a shot off. I know you want to get to your bag. But we talked about how hot Filipowski was. He was calling for the ball in the post. Use the big fella, throw it into him, let him create a problem, and then you'll get a better jump shot later on in the shot clock.
Vegas in the quarter, Minix. Good offense, but can't get a score. Filipowski bringing it up the other way and pulls. Menges hauls it in. And Filipowski gets back to knock it out. So on that shot, looked to be some contact between Filipowski and Osifo.
They possibly could have called it. Quite frankly, I didn't like the shot selection, but on that time by Filipowski, I think that's what they're telling him right there on the bench. Like, hey, big fella, I know you're hot, but there's no need for us to take that one. First shot jump shots aren't really something that you really want.
Now, what we saw in Saturday's game, Dylan Harper's debut, he started the game, sat a few minutes, and came back in the first quarter. We see that again now.
Yeah, they're obviously managing his minutes. You know, summer league, a lot of games in a short amount of time, so they don't want to overwork these guys. They want to stagger those minutes, make sure guys get the proper rest, even though they're out here playing at a high level.
Minix with the spin, pass in a corner. Excellent closeout defense. Jones Garcia finds a wide open Harper. Back rim. Griff through the traffic, hauls that one in. Griff. Good ball movement here by the Jazz. Miguel got it taken away by Jones Garcia.
Give me that. That's big time defense right there by Jones Garcia.
And a nice finish on the other end. So after being down 18-6, it's a quick 8-3 spurt here by the Spurs. McGriff pass Harper. Ooh. Harper went for the steal, and then he was denied up top.
Big time block on the weak side, on the strong side.
And Harper draws the foul, and you see that he wanted to make that shot and have the and one, but that's the craftiness. Part of the reason why he was drafted second overall. Check it out again. Minix gets there.
That's great defense by Minix. Crossing the midline, getting over there, stopping the dunk attempt. Anytime somebody drives that baseline, that weak side baseline defender has to cross that median line and be over there early to deter the guy with the ball. That was big time defense.
So Harper scored on his first shot attempt on that cutback door. Since then, 0 for 4 now misses this week.
And that's not surprising for some. Like I said, it's a lot of games in a short amount of time. Some of these guys are tired. This is their first level of NBA, their first taste of NBA action. It's a little bit different. The speed of the game is different. Not used to playing with these guys. They've only practiced with these guys a short amount of time. So sometimes you'll see a guy that you know is a very talented player just simply not play well in certain summer league settings. It's not an indictment of who the guy is going to be in his basketball career.
Carter Bryant also steps on the floor, as that's all air by Asmus. So 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Spurs currently on a 7-0 run, looking to keep it going and to close that gap before we enter the second quarter. Jones Garcia taking his time with the offense. Pulls from way outside. 10-0 run from San Antonio. We got a 3-point game.
Jones Garcia giving him a spark off the bench. Good offense.
Asmus can't create any space. Minix, great defense on the perimeter. The closeout, and that's how the first quarter will end. The San Antonio Spurs on a 10-0 run after being down by 12.
14 points, 3 threes. What's fueling your offense right now?
To be honest, just trying to let the game come to me. Just playing with energy. I think, last night got frustrated a lot, so just trying to let the game come natural again.
You have 27 NBA starts with the Jazz last year. How are you looking to approach Summer League coming into this year to take that next leap?
Yeah, I mean, obviously just trying to better myself at every part of my game, but I'm definitely trying on my defense a lot more, trying to not be a negative out there on the defensive end.
Thank you for your time.
And the Jazz connect from long range, extending their lead to 6 points. The first 30 seconds of the second quarter. Carter Bryant, the rookie, the midi, it's off.
I like what Filipowski was talking about. As much as we're talking about his three-point shot and his offense, he said, hey, I'm just trying not to be a negative on the defensive end. He understands if you can't guard, you can't play. A lot of guys in this league can score it, but the guys that can score it and guard, those are the guys that can get heavy minutes.
Minix behind the back, loose handle. Gets it out to Mangus. He's dancing, nowhere to go. Ingram, spin. A lot of contact on the way up, and that's the strong type of play that Ingram brings to the fold. You know him well.
Yes, I do.
UNC guy.
Saw him play a lot at UNC, and he made a lot of plays like this, driving to the basket. Just when you think there's nothing there, when he spins, because he's so strong, he creates space and forces the defender to foul him.
Summer League action continues on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Next, here on NBA TV, the Clippers and the Lakers. And on ESPNU tonight, Suns, Kings, Nets, Knicks, and Blazers, Pelicans tomorrow. So 4-point game, under 9 to go here in the second quarter. Full court pressure. Jazz having some issues inbounding the ball. And Cody Williams going to bring it up against Ingram. He's trapped. Jazz have an advantage. Asmus takes advantage.
Nice play by Asmus right there. Out of that trap, he made the exact right read, got right into the middle of the defense. Saw he was one-on-one and pulled up with a floater.
Harper had his jersey grabbed on the way up, and that physicality that he plays with, we see it on display there.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched Harper play, this is probably the best part of his game, his ability to just drive and get downhill at will. Watching this game, he's not shooting a great percentage from the field, but he has a lot of paint drives, and that is what the Spurs are going to love about this young man.
And that's kind of the thing. When we have a young player, they're struggling 1 for 5. He's going to get to the free throw line. We've seen that in his career as he misses his second free throw. So obviously his shooting touch is off. We have to remind anyone watching this broadcast that Harper came into Summer League with a groin injury, missed the first Summer League game, came back on Saturday. So they are monitoring that as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, with Harper, with the way that he's driving the basketball, can you imagine what that's going to look like when he's playing with Wemby? Like, those drives are going to be a lot easier. Right now, people are really contesting those because you can't contest when Wemby's out there, because if that big man steps over, he's just throwing that thing straight to the sky, and the big fella's going to throw it down. So Harper's really going to help this team. I'm very impressed with this game, and I can't wait to see what he brings to the table in the regular season.
Contact before Williams can get to the basket. Looks like that's going to go on Tonje. Side out for the Utah Jazz. There's Victor Wembanyama in the building. You know, good to see him, but most importantly, good to see him healthy.
Yeah.
It was reported, I mean, he put it out there. He said, quote, "I'm officially cleared to return. It just happened. I got the green light from the Spurs medical staff. I will finally be able to play the game." And you talked about these Spurs. They got some newcomers on this team, Brendan. Cody Williams.
If Wemby's healthy, as we see great defense right there by Ingram. Wow. Ingram and Bryant coming together with that trap.
And Cody Williams looks to be shaken up for the second time today. 4 seconds on the shot clock. But Carter Bryant, a defensive addition. Wemby obviously would have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Look at that.
Had he been able to finish this season. He had those blood clots.
Right.
And still led the league in total block shots and blocks per game.
Well, when you look at most young players, they struggle to pick it up on the defensive end in this league. Wemby has picked it up on the defensive end right away. From the jump, he's been able to impact defense at a big-time level. Now you look at how much this roster has improved from a talent standpoint. The trade last year for De'Aaron Fox. You got a guy like Bryant. Now you're bringing in Harper. You have the Rookie of the Year, Castle. So this team is really coming together. And if Wemby is right, don't be surprised if they make a run to the playoffs and make some noise when they get there.
And the Spurs control that jump ball as Carter Bryant again showing off that athleticism for the rookie, able to get that. Harper, pick and roll, looking inside, bad pass, Williams steals it away.
And sometimes as a rookie, you're out there pressing, trying to make a play. You don't always have to make a play. Sometimes there's not a play to be made. You just got to get off of it, get it back, and see what you can get.
Cody Williams way off to the left. Harkless inside. The ball fakes. It's the defense off rhythm.
Excellent patience right there by Harkless with the ball fakes. Didn't rush, didn't travel, just understood the subtlety of that fake was eventually going to get him a good look at the basket.
Harper 4 points. 1 for 5 from the field. Looking to get it going against Williams. Between the legs twice. Kicks it out in the corner. And he gets the assist. What a pass in Minix connecting from outside.
I tell you, that was a really tough three by Minix. That was an excellent contest, and he was still able to knock it down.
Tonje past Bryant. Gets the finger roll. Second chance opportunity. Williams. And it's good. Harper takes the high screen, and he's working in an ISO situation. 1 for 6 now.
Just can't get that jumper to fall right now. Doing a lot of good things driving the ball to the basket, but the jump shot's just not there today.
And Collier loses it on the way up. Bryant too hot to handle as he spins the other way. So Harper will take a seat. It looks like Bryant will stay in the game. And let's get back to that, Brendan, with the San Antonio Spurs, because we know they drafted Dylan Harper 2nd overall. Carter Bryant also in the 1st round. They also added Luke Cornett and Kelly Olynyk, so 2 centers who obviously are veterans and can step on the floor. Does that surprise you with Victor Wembanyama already on the roster?
No, it doesn't surprise me, because if you look at what's going on in the Western Conference, as we see a nice drive into the basket, a lot of the teams in the Western Conference are trying to get bigger. You look at what Phoenix did. What'd they do? They trade for Mark Williams. Then they draft Malawach. You look at a team like Dallas. You know, they have Anthony Davis. They have Lively, Gafford, a lot of big men. There's a lot, like even a team like Memphis. You have Jaren Jackson Jr. You got big fella inside as well. So a lot of teams in the Western Conference are big. So I'm not surprised that the San Antonio Spurs are looking to add depth as well.
Yeah, Zach Edey is who you're mentioning.
Zach Edey, yes.
All right. The San Antonio Spurs down by 5 to the Utah Jazz with under 6 to go here in the 2nd quarter. now, Monty McCutcheon, Senior Vice President, Head of Development and Training for Referee Operations, the longest title in the history of titles. But here's the thing, we can also just say the ref man. So here we go, Monty. When we get to Summer League, and we know that you're trying to also develop refs as we're developing players, can you explain what kind of opportunity this is for referees to come here and get this opportunity in summer?
You know, each of the referees are in a different part of the arc of their career. We have people here in the G League that have been part of our program for 3 or 4 years. They're getting new crew chief opportunities. We've got 10 new hires. Ashley on this game here is working her first G League game today. She was hired recently from our elite camp. We hire out of the Players Association Top 100 camp, and we bring the people that we have scouted. We scout over 3,000 people a year, and then we have 3 camps that they have to work their way through. So it's an exciting time to reach new levels of basketball, new levels of strength, new levels of quickness, and we like to see how they respond to that. Obviously, when you get into a new role, you have more responsibilities, and we like to see how people respond to those things. It's very similar to what players and coaches go through. You're getting new head coaches here, new opportunities to get more shots for some of our players. It's all analogous to the same kind of work.
And what specifically are you looking for out of your officials in these type of settings?
For us, processing power is a really big piece of their growth. Can they process multiple things? So we have sequencing, up, down, rebound to make sure that jump shooters are brought down safely back to the ground. But can they also pick the pivot foot up prior to that? And so those kinds of things that we cover, we train every morning for 90 minutes. And the things that we're going over there, we see whether they can apply it here or not. Some can, better than others, and that allows for growth. But we're really excited that the program allows for growth for everybody.
Now, you said you scout over 3,000 referees. From where? Where exactly do you find them? Is it at the high school level, the college level, Division I, Division II?
All over. You know, Division I, there's often, as we go to timeout here, maybe we can pick this up afterwards, but Division I often is solidified.
Yeah, obviously you've done TV before, because he's like, here comes the break. We'll be right back with Monty McCutcheon.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Alex.
I'm Jane.
And I'm his mom.
Sometimes, you know, you could have done better. Same goes for where you invest. Level up and invest smarter with Schwab.
Love was nearly lost until Pizza Hut showed up.
Go get her. Hi, I'm Peter.
Looks like a meat lovers.
Starting at $12.99, Pizza Hut is hooking everyone up with more of what they love. Choose from 4 large Hut Lovers pizzas, like the new Spicy Hawaiian Lovers, starting at $12.99 each. Order on the app.
It's the big summer sale. Shop and save on styles made to match your summer energy.
What do you see here? What was the original call, and what are they looking over to?
Well, obviously, referees can see the swipe down by the defensive player, but often our high rate frame rate cameras can see that it touches the fingers. I think they're going to get to, you know, Utah ball because it's going to go off the fingers there. The only other thing they would be looking for, which I don't think applies here, is approximate foul that would occur.
After review, San Antonio is the last to touch the ball. Therefore, it will be Utah ball with 24 seconds on the baseline going down. Since this initiated the first mandatory timeout, Utah will lose their timeout. However, they will have the ability to challenge for the remainder of the game.
Well, it looks like I could just jump right back out there.
Hey, man, hey, we can tell this ain't your first rodeo.
Well, I'm much better, I found, in later years watching it on TV than I ever was out on the floor.
Come on, man. You know, Monty, you telling me you don't miss being out there?
There are times I miss. You know, it's interesting, though, that when you get to hand something off that's been important to you to other generations, that's very rewarding work, and I'm excited about that work.
There were no reviews 20 years ago, right?
No, it was our word against their word, and that wasn't such a bad thing. But no, in all seriousness, technology has improved the game. So, as we see a very physical play there, you know, technology has helped us get plays right, and the amount of energy and time that our teams put into being good at their craft. The egregious error being picked up by a coach's challenge is helpful to the service of the game.
Now explain this one to me about the coach's challenges and the challenge of this being a visual medium. Sure. And for fans and engagement, we know that the league is always trying to keep the games tight in a time frame. How hard is it to have the challenges, right? Have enough to satisfy the coaches and the teams and to keep it within the timing of the game?
Well, satisfying coaches and teams is an elusive goal when it comes to refereeing. We do our best. I do think that you are always trying to find the balance of game flow and accuracy. And that's one of the reasons that when you win the first challenge and get a second challenge, you still lose that timeout, because flow to the game is important. You know, players don't want to get stale. That's not good for the game. And we think that we found the right balance, but the competition committee is constantly aware of how more technology and the effect it has on flow, and then making decisions that balance those two factors out.
Also, you know, the opportunity now that we have the G League for every team, that means referees have more jobs and more opportunities to grow before they make it to the NBA level. Have you found that that has helped to make referees more effective by the time that they do get to the NBA?
Yeah, there's no doubt that they're more polished than I was when I came into the league, you know, 35 years ago. Those reps that we get. The other thing that's really important is that we're teaching the same things at every level that we have in the NBA ecosystem. NBA, WNBA, G League, the BAL. We're all training the officials in the same similar manner. And so we do online training for our pipeline before they ever make it to the G League. So they've heard the repetitions of our training for many years before they make it onto a WNBA or NBA floor. And that makes them better prepared to serve the game from day one.
That's interesting that at all those different levels that everybody's really looking for the exact same things, because obviously the rules are different and also the speed of the game is different as well.
And those are things that they actually have to adjust to once they get here.
Right.
But, you know, to know where to stand and to know the sequencing that you're putting your eyes under, you're hearing that for 5 or 6 years before you ever see this floor, and that's really helpful to get you comfortable.
You know, what you just mentioned is something I think that goes overlooked by fans and people that aren't paying that close attention. And that's the kind of shape that referees have to be in, and officials. So how do you make sure that they are in that kind of shape and that they're training for it and to actually avoid injuries to referees?
Well, we have a whole health and wellness program, for one, with our referees. For two, we weigh them in 3 times a year at the NBA.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there are standards
come on,
about
man.
this. And so we understand that to serve the best athletes in the world, and I firmly believe we have the best athletes in the world, and when you are a professional at that level, you owe the game that service to take care of yourself. We owe them the resources to help them with that, but then there is, of course, self-discipline.
So everybody has a weight clause, and if they're too heavy, what's the repercussion? What y'all out here body shaming?
No, we do not body shame. We do have a process, though, to address it so that we can say, and listen, our referees are the best pros in the world. We don't have to enact this much,
right.
and nor should we, because they take this as seriously as we do. And you don't want to be embarrassed out there with the best athletes in the world, and being behind a play or closed on an angle on a play keeps us from doing our work.
All right, we have another break. Monty McCutcheon, thank you for spending some time with us. We appreciate you for breaking it down.
Monty!
Brendan, we do understand they got to be in shape to be great.
Hey, man, this was the best dressed official in league history.
The best dressed. I didn't recognize you without a suit on.
The best dressed.
fill your potatoes?
Ways that people are able to contribute in the community, it's just wonderful to see.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this league in general. So much is done behind the scenes that isn't talked about as far as how different individuals and different organizations give back to the community, and some of the causes are truly special, and they help out a lot.
Dylan Harper back in the game for the final 2 minutes of the first half. Ingram in the corner, and Filipowski continues to be outstanding.
Throw it up.
Cody Williams on the alley-oop, on the assist. It's Isaiah Collier who has 5 of those here in the first half.
That was excellent execution on the fast break. In Summer League, Chris, we've seen a lot of poor execution on the fast break, so I appreciate that play.
Harper making the moves, but continues to be cold. 1 for 7 now. Harkless driving into Minix.
And Harkless, just all he had to do was just drop it back. McGriff was right there. He could have thrown it over the shoulder, maybe a little behind the back action, but this is how you throw it up and throw it down. Collier throws it up, Williams throws it down. Excellent execution right here. Draw the defender over. And then on the flip side, right there, you just drop that off to McGriff, and that's an easy layup. I know Harkless got fouled, but you can make that play a lot easier.
But on the previous play, Brendan, Filipowski on the rebound, Isaiah Collier on the assist, and Cody Williams on the score. If you're the Jazz organization, that's exactly what you want to see in Summer League. Your 3 draft picks from last year looking like they're potentially ready to graduate from Summer League and how they're playing.
Yeah, if you're the Jazz, you're definitely happy with that play right there. You're seeing your big fella grab a rebound. Your incredibly fast and strong point guard lead the break, and your explosive wing throw down the dunk. That's everything you want to see. Now you just want to see more of it, and you want to see it consistently.
For those just tuning in, Dylan Harper playing in his 2nd Summer League game. Ace Bailey, the 5th pick in the draft, sitting this one out. He was a game-time decision with a hip injury. Harper driving, this time dishing. Bryant to the hole.
And see, that's short. And that's the thing with Bryant. Bryant doesn't really have confidence in that jumper right now. As he plays more and more games in this league, he has to develop that shot, because on the three-point, when you have Harper driving to the lane like that, we see Harkless miss the 3. When you have Harper driving to the lane, when he kicks it out to the weak side, Bryant has to be able to knock that down.
Less than a minute go here in the first half. Bryant kicks it out to Harper. Back to Bryant, the 2-man game. And to your point, there's the 3, it's off.
Yeah, he doesn't really have confidence in that shot right now. But like I said, it's early in his career. Once he gets that down from the top of the key in the weak and strong side corner, watch out.
Collier to Williams. 2 taps before off. Harper out to Jones Garcia. Filipowski, just a man-child on the boards, 8 rebounds. Collier kicking it out to McGriff to reset. 10 seconds left here in the first half. Jazz up by 6.
I'd run a 2-man game with Collier and Filipowski right here and let Collier make a decision.
Collier on Minix. Tosses it way offline, looking for the foul to no avail.
That wasn't a foul, that was just poor execution.
In the first half, it's Filipowski.